Pressure doesn't create weakness. It exposes it. It doesn't create strength either. It reveals what was already there. When life puts weight on your shoulders, it's not because you are being punished. It's because life wants to show you what you truly carry inside. Most people crumble not because the pressure is unbearable, but because they never learned to breathe under it. Imagine a sword being forged. It must face fire, hammer, and water before it becomes sharp. The same applies to the human spirit. Every moment of difficulty is a test of inner stillness, not outer control. Calmness is not the absence of chaos. It's the ability to remain unmoved within it. The pressure around you will always change. The only constant you can control is your response. The world may shout, people may doubt, storms may rise, but your mind must remain your sanctuary. When you master calmness, you no longer react to life. You respond to it with clarity. Pressure is often seen as an enemy, a force that crushes, overwhelms, and breaks us down. But if you look deeper, pressure doesn't truly create weakness or strength. It only reveals what already exists inside you. When the world applies weight, it exposes the foundation beneath. A person who collapses under stress isn't destroyed by pressure itself. They are revealed by it. Just like a bridge must carry weight to prove its structure, the human spirit must face challenges to show its depth. We often wish for a smooth life, but the truth is, smooth seas never made skilled sailors. It is the storm that reveals the captain's calm, not the sunshine. The same is true for your inner world. Without resistance, there is no growth. Without tension, no transformation. When you feel the pressure rising, the deadlines closing in, the people judging, the world demanding, understand this. It's not life trying to break you. It's life showing you what needs strengthening. The moment you stop seeing pressure as an attack and start seeing it as an opportunity, your entire relationship with struggle changes. The sword becomes sharp through heat. The diamond forms under extreme compression, and the seed must split open before it can rise through the soil. In every stage of growth, there is discomfort. The question is not how to avoid it, but how to stay steady within it. The world teaches you to chase comfort, but real mastery begins when you can remain composed in discomfort. Calmness under pressure is not about pretending everything is fine. It's about recognizing that your reaction determines your reality. When panic takes over, your mind becomes cloudy and decisions lose clarity. But when you breathe and stay still, you create space between the event and your response. That space is power. In that silence, wisdom speaks. You begin to see that the situation itself is neutral. It is your perception that gives it meaning. The calm mind can turn obstacles into openings and adversity into advancement. The panicked mind does the opposite. It amplifies every small challenge until it becomes unbearable. That is why composure is not luxury, it's survival. You cannot control what happens around you, but you can always control how you meet it. Pressure will visit you again and again, through people, through failures, through uncertainty, and each time it will ask you, have you learned to stay centered? If you can remain calm when everything shakes, you have already won. The world respects those who cannot be moved, because stillness is rare in a restless age. So when the heat rises and the weight presses down, remember, pressure is not your enemy. It is your mirror. It shows you your cracks, but it also shows you your strength. The calm person doesn't escape the storm. They learn to walk through it untouched, knowing that after every wave, they are stronger, sharper, and more unshakable than before. The greatest battle you will ever fight will not be against another person or the world outside you. It will be against your own mind. Every time you face pressure, it's not the situation that overwhelms you, it's your thoughts that begin to spiral. The mind starts whispering doubts. What if I fail? What if I'm not enough? What if this doesn't work? Those questions multiply until they form a storm inside your head. The truth is, most people don't break because of what happens to them. They break because of what they start believing about what happens to them. The mind is the true battlefield. Win there, and you win everywhere else. Lose there, and even the smallest challenge can bring you to your knees. When pressure comes, you cannot stop your thoughts from appearing, but you can choose not to follow them. The calm person is not someone who has no thoughts. It's someone who no longer believes every thought that arises. Most people live as prisoners of their own minds, reacting to every emotion, every assumption, every fear as if it were truth. But if you pause and observe, you'll notice that your thoughts come and go like clouds, some dark, some light. Yet the sky behind them, the awareness within you, remains unchanged. That sky is your true self, vast, still, and unbroken. When you learn to rest there, pressure loses its grip. You stop being pulled by every mental wave, and instead you watch them pass. Training the mind to stay calm is like training a muscle. It requires consistency and patience. You cannot expect stillness in chaos if you never practiced it in peace. That's why moments of quiet are essential. They are your training ground. Each time you catch yourself reacting to a thought and bring your attention back to the present, you're strengthening that muscle. Each deep breath taken in a moment of panic is a silent victory. Calmness doesn't mean you have no emotion. It means your emotions no longer have you. It means you've shifted from being a victim of thought or to being its observer. Under pressure, the untrained mind scatters in 1,000 directions, but the trained mind stands firm. When you master this inner focus, the outer world becomes less threatening. You see that problems are not as large as they seemed. It was your thinking that magnified them. A calm mind sees solutions that panic could never recognize. The moment you stop fighting your own thoughts, you begin to use them as tools rather than weapons against yourself. So when you face difficulty, don't look outward. Look inward. The calmness you seek is not hiding in your surroundings. It's already within you, buried beneath the noise of your thoughts. Learn to quiet that noise. Learn to listen beyond it. When you master your mind, no pressure can control you, no situation can bend you, and no fear can dictate your path. The world outside becomes manageable the moment the world inside becomes still. Life will always bring people and situations that test your calm, not to destroy you, but to reveal your strength. There will be moments when others provoke you, question you, or challenge your peace, just to see how you respond. Some will do it knowingly, trying to pull you into their chaos. Others will do it unconsciously, because they haven't learned to control their own emotions. Either way, these tests are not personal. They are invitations to mastery. When you understand this, you stop reacting to every provocation, and instead you begin to observe. You realize that every test is simply asking, can you stay centered when the world tries to pull you off balance? When people push your buttons, the impulse to react is strong. Your ego wants to defend itself, to fight back, to prove something. But that very impulse is where your power is lost. The calm person knows that reaction gives control away. The one who provokes you controls you the moment you react to them. But when you stay still, composed, and unbothered, you take that control back. Silence becomes your shield. It confuses those who seek conflict because they expect a fight, not peace. When you choose calmness over reaction, you are no longer living by their energy. You are living by your own. It takes deep inner discipline to remain calm when someone attacks your character, questions your integrity, or mocks your patience. But remember, their words cannot define you unless you allow them to. Their opinion is a reflection of their state, not yours. When someone acts from anger or fear, they reveal themselves, not you. Responding with calmness doesn't mean you accept disrespect. It means you refuse to become what they are. You protect your energy by not matching their chaos. The strongest person in any confrontation is not the loudest or the most aggressive. It's the one who can stay grounded and think clearly when everyone else is losing control. When you allow yourself to be provoked, you are no longer free. You are dancing to someone else's tune. But when you stay calm, you show that your peace cannot be bought, shaken, or manipulated. That kind of strength earns quiet respect. Even from those who once tried to break you, it shows that you've risen above the need to prove your worth through reaction. Life tests are not meant to weaken you. They are meant to polish you, to sharpen your awareness, and to show you that true power lies in restraint. So, let them test you. Let them push. Let them doubt. Your calmness is not weakness. It is your silent victory. Because in the end, the one who can stand in the middle of provocation and remain unshaken is the one who truly understands peace. They cannot bend you if you refuse to bend yourself. You become like a mountain. Steady, unmoved, and quietly powerful, no matter how strong the winds try to blow. When pressure builds and life begins to close in, the first thing that slips away from most people is their breath. The heartbeat quickens, the muscles tighten, and the body enters survival mode. This is how the mind begins to lose control. Through the body. What few understand is that calmness is not only a mental practice. It begins in the physical. Your breath is the bridge between your body and your mind. It is the most immediate tool you have to regain control when everything seems to be falling apart. When your breathing becomes fast and shallow, your mind mirrors that chaos. But when you slow your breath and deepen it, the body sends a message to the mind, "I am safe." And slowly, the storm begins to calm. The practice of staying calm under pressure starts with awareness of your breath. When you're angry, stressed, or anxious, the natural tendency is to hold your breath or breathe in short bursts. This cuts off oxygen, feeds tension, and makes the mind restless. But when you consciously take a slow, deep breath, you interrupt that cycle. Each breath becomes an anchor, pulling you back to the present moment, where peace still exists. Breathing deeply is not weakness. It's an act of intelligence. It tells your nervous system that there is no threat, allowing your thoughts to clear and your emotions to settle. Many people try to think their way out of pressure, but the mind cannot solve chaos while it's caught in it. The body must lead. That's why ancient practices of calmness, meditation, martial arts, mindfulness, all begin with breathing, because the breath trains the mind to follow rhythm, not reaction. When you breathe with awareness, you are not escaping the situation. You are reclaiming command over it. You are teaching your body that it can remain steady even when the world around it trembles. Try this the next time someone angers you. Before you speak, inhale deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Feel how the fire inside you begins to soften. The words you were about to say may still be there, but they no longer control you. You have created space between impulse and action. And that space is calmness. Pressure often demands urgency, but calmness demands presence. Breathing allows you to pause long enough to see things as they are, not as fear paints them to be. With practice, your breath becomes your shield. You start to notice that no matter how intense a situation becomes, you can always return to it. The quiet rhythm that no one can take from you, even in the heat of conflict or the weight of expectation. One conscious breath can bring you back to yourself. because in the end, the one who controls their breath controls their mind, and the one who controls their mind controls their life. Calmness is not found in the absence of tension, but in your ability to breathe through it, unbroken, unbent, and free. True strength has nothing to do with force, domination, or control over others. It comes from stillness. In a world that moves fast, reacts instantly, and thrives on noise, stillness has become a forgotten power. But those who have truly mastered themselves know that stillness is not weakness or passivity. It is precision, awareness, and balance. It is the ability to act only when necessary, to speak only when it adds value, and to move only when movement has meaning. When everything around you becomes chaotic, the person who remains still stands out like a calm center in a raging storm. That kind of energy cannot be faked. It must be earned through discipline, awareness, and self-control. Stillness is misunderstood because people confuse it with doing nothing. But stillness is not inaction. It is deliberate action without distraction. It is the pause between stimulus and response, the moment where clarity is born. When your mind is still, you see more. You begin to notice details that others miss. You can sense the direction of things before they unfold. In contrast, when you react impulsively, you give away your power to emotion. Anger clouds judgment. Fear distorts perception. Desire blinds wisdom, but stillness clears the fog. It allows you to respond to life, rather than being dragged by it. In moments of high pressure, stillness becomes your anchor. When everyone else is panicking, running, shouting, or overthinking, you remain composed. That calm presence radiates strength. People sense it and naturally look to you for stability, even without you saying a word. That's the influence of stillness. It speaks louder than action. The calm mind can see opportunities in chaos and find order in confusion. When you are still, you realize that not every battle deserves your energy, not every noise needs your attention, and not every challenge requires immediate reaction. This understanding makes you powerful because you are no longer moved by external storms. Stillness also gives you access to your intuition, that quiet voice of wisdom beneath the noise of thought. When you stop chasing, forcing, or reacting, insight begins to arise naturally. The answers you once sought in panic become clear in silence. You learn to trust the timing of things, to let go of control, and to act from a place of clarity, not fear. This is the highest form of mastery, to move when it is time and to wait when it is not. When you learn to stand still in the face of chaos, you become untouchable. No situation can shake you, no insult can wound you, and no failure can define you. You stop bending to the world and instead become the axis it turns around. The world will always test you with noise, pressure, and uncertainty, but the one who stays still in the middle of the storm does not merely survive. They transcend. Stillness is not emptiness, it is strength contained, and in that quiet strength lies the secret of true, unshakable power.